Welcome to Storytime. Today's story features a wild imagination, 6 seconds of fame, and death. R.I.P. Welcome back to Storytime. Today I take you on a journey to the past.
You have a cookie, bro? No, bro.
Bro.
Alright, bro.
Wow, that was horrible. I can't believe that was my first Vine ever. And I can't believe from that I built an unstoppable empire. Just messing. I built a mediocre rise to fame, but most importantly, I was able to release my creative mind and do something that I love. But to understand this, we must go all the way back to the 2nd grade and look to where my talents actually started.
David loves to draw in his quiet choice time. He does not listen to and follow directions the first time given. David has difficulty writing on his own and lacks confidence to do so without adult supervision. David must use initiative.
That's exactly how my teacher sounded. But yeah, I had trouble with directions, with reading, with writing, with paying attention, with math, with history, with science, everything except drawing. You see, I had a wild imagination as a child, and it cost me dearly because I was horrible at school. I remember sitting in class and completely zoning out because I was daydreaming of winning the NBA championship, even though I was like 3'2" at the time, or I was daydreaming of defeating aliens in an intergalactic game of basketball. Even when I was in high school, I graduated with a 2.0. Pretty impressive, huh? And what's sad is that I was pretty much daydreaming about the same things all through high school too. Then I got a job at a bank, and I worked there for 8 years. And I hated it because it required me to sit behind a desk. And again, I found myself dreaming of intergalactic basketball games. Funny story, every time someone would ask me what I did for a living, I would say, oh, I'm a banker. And they would say, oh, you're a baker? What kind of bread do you make? And I would just go with it because I was embarrassed to be a banker. I thought it was a lot cooler to be a baker. And I would just say, sourdough. At this point, you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Vine? It has everything to do with Vine because it was at that point of my life that I realized that I wasn't good at anything except drawing. I was $10,000 in debt with a high school diploma that was only good at drawing stick figures, and I still lived at home. I did, however, have a very lovely girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife. Let's save that one for another story time. Back to Vine. My girlfriend, now wife, told me to download an app called Vine because she believed that I was creative enough to make funny videos. Little did she know that it would replace her at the throne of my heart. Just kidding. But not really, because I became addicted fast. And now, that brings us back to this.
Anita, I go to church now and I am in love with Jesus.
And this. That's actually one of my favorite lines. I don't know why, but it just makes me laugh till this day. And at the time, I didn't have any social media because I hated it and I hated all the drama that came with it. But I tried it, downloaded the app, posted my first Vine, and I got double-figure likes. And that was a big deal back then. So my dopamine went through the roof and I was high on Vine. But I was able to finally channel my creative imagination for the first time in my life. No more intergalactic basketball, no more daydreaming throughout the day. I finally had an outlet and I just ran with it. I was like, dang, I'm hilarious and people think I'm funny. I mean, I always knew I was a little bit funny, but I finally got to prove all the haters wrong. Actually, with great fame comes great hate. A lot of haters came and they were like, you're not funny, you're the worst. And then I took it very serious because I was actually really sensitive and I'm still kind of sensitive. So I cried a little bit, like for a couple days. And then I got over it. And then I was like, you know what? Who cares? Because I'm gonna keep posting content. And I was posting content all the time. I was asking all my coworkers, I'd be like, hey, what are you doing on your 15-minute break? You wanna make a Vine? And I'm sure they all got annoyed with me because after a while they were like, I don't wanna make Vines with you anymore, because they weren't really getting anything out of it. But I was like, I like making Vines. So I would make it during my lunch, during my 15-minute breaks, before work, after work. Like I said, it was an addiction. I was annoying the heck out of everyone with trying to make Vines constantly, but I finally was good at something, and believe me, I had no intention of becoming famous or making money or anything. I was just having fun and finally feeling like I could do something with my life. You know, I came from humble beginnings. Then one day I received this email. And the email said, David Lopez, we will pay you this much to make a Vine for us. So I had to bust out my calculator. And I was like, that's $1 an hour. But I didn't care, you know why? Because I was making money off of something that I liked. So I took the brand deal and then I made the brand and I got paid for it. And I was like, no way, I think that I can get paid for doing something that I love. It was awesome. Many people ask me, what Vines made you quote unquote famous? And I don't believe that I'm famous. I just believe that I'm known by some people, because I wouldn't consider myself famous at all. But there were 2 Vines that went viral that pretty much kickstarted my career in making content. And I bet you can think of those Vines off the top of your head right now, because those were the Vines that I'm known for the most.
They call me Juan. They call me Jose. They call me Carlos Sancho de la Cruz Rodriguez Martinez Lopez. Bueno,
I don't know who you are.
it's Juan.
I will find you.
It's not Juan.
Those Vines took me from just thousands of followers to millions of followers. And then the brand deals started coming in. And one of those Vines actually got me my first audition for a movie, a Marvel movie. So I went into the casting room. I remember the casting director was Sarah Finn. I want to say her name because I guess she's really big in the casting for Marvel and stuff. And I was like, hey, my name is David Lopez. And she was like, all right, go ahead and read the script and, you know, do the acting. And I was like, all right. And I blew it. It was horrible. I still remember to this day how bad it was. But I've never done an audition before that. I've never was in anything. Like I told you, I came from nothing. Vine was just for fun. So I think they assumed that I was like good at acting because of my Vines. But in general, I was like really bad. I can only act for 6 seconds at a time. So the audition went really bad. But she did say, hey, my kids are big fans. And I was like, can I be in your movie? And I didn't get the part. Side note, at this time I was being called a sellout, and these people didn't even know me. I was like, you don't even know me. So 1 week before my wedding, I quit my job. And my wife almost canceled the wedding. Understandable. Because I had worked my way up the corporate ladder. I was making $20 an hour. I had a 401k. I had benefits, and I had my own cubicle that I was able to decorate, and it took like 6 months to make it what I really wanted. But I said, I quit. And I left that all behind and took off with Vine. Then Vine died and my career ended. Not really. Because when Vine died, that's when I really took off. Vine was just the beginning. It helped me like hone in my imagination and my creative brain, and I was able to have that outlet, and I was making Vines, and it was so much fun. I couldn't make a Vine to save my life right now. But I got really good, and there were so many other people that were really talented on the app. But the app died, and then I moved on to YouTube, to Instagram, to Facebook, and that's when I believe more of my talent was actually displayed, because I was able to make like 2-3 minute videos, sometimes 5-minute videos, and I loved it, and I still love it. And it's the first time that I feel like I can do something with my life, that I'm actually good at something, because I told you, let's go right back, 2nd grade, can't pay attention, all the way to high school 2.0, graduated, in debt, you know, living at home. Nothing good was going for me, but it's okay because I was always happy anyways. Like I was always in a good mood. Vine was the beginning. Like I said, it was unintentional. I did not want to be famous or gain a lot of followers. I wasn't mad that it happened, but that's not what my intentions were. And I'm so thankful that that came out. and I'm able to continue making sketches, and now I'm making story times, and I was able to get brand deals, and I'm able to support my family with all this. This has been a great journey. So I really appreciate your support because you helped me be more than that distracted, obnoxious, daydreaming second grader from all those years ago. So I want to say thank you, and on to the next adventure.